Kilo Ali Flow.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport, and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys are playing extremely well, 8-2 over their last 10. On the other side, the head coach of the Bears, Ben Johnson. His guy's stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Soldier Field. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
It's a gain of 32 yards.
That's caught left side, Burden. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's another.
Now they try the right side here. Gets by him at the 25. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
1st and 10.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Lions' 20-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Back to throw here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So here are the Lions now backed up for their first drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
The 11-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They got to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Avoids him at the 40. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2.
Here's 2nd and 8. We'll get this into the hands of the Doomsday. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line.
15 yards. And the Bears first down.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. To Johnson again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Third down and goal to go.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
4th and goal.
They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Roma Dunze from a yard out. And the Bears take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And this guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, good move. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. Detroit's offense ready to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
7-7, our score after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
Jack Fox in punt formation for the Lions.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 22. Call it a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And pardon, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Up the middle, Johnson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they back up even further.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions 30. They'll try and sneak it here. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
As we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Again, it's Johnson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Lions at 11-5 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 39. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd down and 6 now.
2nd and 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time.
1st and goal, Detroit.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And that'll move it a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
2nd and 4. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. from 4 yards out. And the Lions are able to move back in front. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Onto the field now come the Bears. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Pass to the right side, caught by Burden. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a screen set up for Johnson. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for the Bears.
They give up the middle to Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Pass complete to Adunze. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Bears first down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll look middle here and give it to Adunze. Now 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. To the left side, he's got his tight end Loveland. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. The Lions offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7.
He's out of bounds at his own 8-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll drop to throw. And the throw here, that's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down, Lions.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Back to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for Chicago. Touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL, but I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now.
Our look at the NFL starts now. In the Steel City, it's the Steelers at home to take on the Ravens in the AFC North. And this is the Ravens wideout. He's going to look at the catch and then look upfield and watch this. 77 yards for the touchdown. The Ravens will be the #1 seed in the playoffs. They finish off the regular season with the victory. Next up, it's the rematch of last year's NFC title game. Commanders-Eagles from the Link in Philly. And this is the Eagles quarterback. He connects. It's a 16-yard touchdown. The Eagles come away with a victory. They win by 6. With that, a look here at the playoff picture in the NFC here in this final week of the regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, we expected a tight one, and we got it, all even at the break, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
First play of the drive. Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got right on a short throw. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
It's a pickup for 6. Brings up second and 4.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Now he'll tuck. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Back to throw here. There's a short one caught by Loveland. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Number 84, Holston Loveland.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Now a 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Lions 1st down.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
A gain of 5. First down, Lions.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, what a juke into space. Still on his feet. And all the way down to the 5.
7 on the play. That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and goal at the 5.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick. Thus, inaccurate, incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's caught left side, Burden. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Bears first down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
And incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. Over the middle, he's going to find Burden. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 39. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. He'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to run this one in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. They'll try, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
That's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
All start. Offense.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Bears offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. They'll get this into the hands of Adunze. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Under pressure, and they get to him again. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's getting back-to-back sacks.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and now it winds up incomplete. These two teams they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Complete to number 87. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
They'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2nd and 3. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
He'll drop to throw. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And he will find his man on the outside. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Down at the 9-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. He'll try and do this himself. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Bates' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Man over the middle, and it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
42-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 6. That's good for the Bears. First down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brings up 2nd and 16.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken in by his big tight end. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway. Once it happened, and knocked the wind out of their sails. They just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Detroit, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this loss will be the capper to what will be a disappointing 5-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.